What's up, rock stars? I am so excited for today's tech tutorial. So today we are actually going over not only how to create a poll, but why you should be creating polls and how to use it in your marketing strategy. So there are a number of different ways that you can go about creating that. So this is not the end all be all, but this is the way that I create them so that I can build more relationships with a different type of audience and continually engage with them without being spammy or weird, right? So if you are super excited to be able to hop in this tech tutorial with me, put a hashtag excited and let me know who is ready to rock. I'm just gonna make sure over here, I should just do this ahead of time and make sure that I'm ready. There we go. So let me share my screen. And while I am sharing my screen, let me know who is here. Add share screen. We'll do my entire screen. And let's rock it. Actually, you know, I don't know how to. I don't know how to be able to get this up the right way the first time, but that's what I want. All right, perfect. So this is the group, and y'all know that because this is where the training is live right now. If you are somehow catching this training and you are not in this group, you are 1,000,000% missing out. So make sure that you go check it out. So this, I will show you how to do a poll, but this is the poll that I set up ahead of time, just so that I can go in here and answer some votes. And it looks like we have a couple votes in here. Perfect. So Michelle popped in here and also answered the vote. So Michelle, you're going to be in the hot seat today, and I'm going to be using you as an example in what I'm doing. So first off, let's start with what you should be doing to set up a poll, right? So the first thing that you should be doing is you absolutely should not be doing this with the intention of selling someone. Don't set up the polls just to try to do like a bait and switch capture. Don't set up the polls to set yourself up in like somebody else's group to be able to be like, hey, oh my gosh, I have that. I can offer that to you. Maybe that's why I set up the poll. Like, don't be that person, right? So go in here, ask legitimate questions. Maybe they're actual questions that you want for your business to be answered, and you want help with something, like whatever it is, right? And so you're not sure what the best route is to go about it. That would be a good poll. Maybe you're just doing it for fun. I also do them on my Facebook page for engagement purposes, because a lot of times people are scrolling through Facebook and they don't have the time to actually write out a response because they're not supposed to be scrolling on Facebook anyway. And so they can quick tap a button and answer a question for me, whether it's market research, whether it's just engaging, whatever it is, it still goes on my page as engagement. So that's another way that I do it inside of groups in terms of engagement. I want to focus on helping people out. So you'll see here, this one was me, and then this one is Michelle. And so we're gonna go through and we're going to set up a test poll. So all you have to do is when you are in here, you can just click poll down here. Now what's super fun is you can actually add graphics to it, right? So if you wanted to add an image, you can just grab and place an image in here. So like if I wanted to say, which graphic appeals to you more? And I'm actually going to schedule this, and you guys can see this is just one way to do it, right? This is just a fun way to get people to engage. Oops, 3. And then we could say none, reason why below. Then we can go like this. We can say, let's do this one, and then we can do this one, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I schedule it. So this is how you can be able to add graphics to it, right? And you can add options. You just click the option down here. You can also still style this in a group, right? So I could do this as a header 1 tag. I can make it a bold font, whatever I want. So there, if I add header 1, and then I can go ahead and click schedule. You also have poll options down here to choose from. Ooh, sorry, that's cutting off a little bit. Let me move this over to the side. There you go. Perfect. So I can actually schedule this poll as well, and so I'm going to schedule this just because I think it would be fun to have in the group for later, so you can laugh when you see this later and know that this was from the training. And click schedule. So that's one way to do it, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done and my internet actually likes me. Hey, let me know who here has scheduled polls before or posted polls before. What did you like about it? What did you not like about it? What frustrated you? So then you can see, like in here, they can click on it, and then they can still click, this is my favorite, this is my favorite, whatever. See? And so it's just another cool way to be able to do that, right? So I'm gonna close this down and close this down. And this was from my Pinterest bootcamp training, super awesome. All right. So let me go in here. All right, so here's another way that you can do it is you can add GIFs to it. I believe you can only do that on a mobile because it's not letting me actually do it on my computer here. So let me see. Maybe it's just on my page. Let's see if I can figure this out for you, because I've done GIFs before in the polls too, which is kind of fun. Because then I ask like random questions just for fun to keep things light and entertaining for people. And so like one time when I was testing polls, I actually asked if you are a cat or a dog person. And so some of you may have seen that. Totally cool. Let me see if I can get that pulled up here and show that again, because that would be awesome. I want to make sure that I give you all the points of how I do this, just to kind of get the creative juices flowing in terms of how you could add this into your strategy. Create a post. There, see, on the page. And so you can do the same thing where you give them option 1 and then you add a GIF, right? So pink maybe I say, what color do you prefer more? Actually, what color are you more attracted to or drawn to? Pink or, and then I can do blue. And then you can just, in the settings here, you can say 1 day, 1 week, never close it out, or custom. And I like to do never sometimes just because I think it's more fun. Let's see. I want to make sure that I'm not like bombarding my page with posts here because I have been on video and going live and doing a ton. Look at, I just had one going yesterday or today, a few hours ago. So would you rather live alone in a beautiful countryside or work hard and live in the city around people you love? And so beautiful countryside or bustling city. I would love for you to tell me what you chose. And then as the page owner, I can click here and see who voted and said what. How stinking cool, right? So Miranda said she'd rather have the beautiful countryside. And then there's also people in there that I'm not even connected with friends-wise. And see how cool that is? Because they have not engaged on my page before in terms of comments, but clearly that's got them to engage. And so just scheduling things like this is, just scheduling things like this is not only fun to get people to engage, but it brings out people that may have not commented on your stuff before. What color are you drawn to when it comes to business, branding, and design? And so I'm going to schedule this since I just did one today. We're going to put it for Tuesday. Actually, let's do Thursday. Schedule, bajam. Facebook's doing this really super cool thing where it like won't let me schedule my stuff. Facebook, why do you not like me? All right, well, I'm gonna have to come back to that because it doesn't love me. What if I changed it to 1 week? No, it hates me. Okay, anyway, so that's how you can do gifts, right? So let's get back to the group because that's really what I want. I can do the same on the Facebook page. So I'll do both actually now that I'm back on both. And since I just did one, I'm going to pull that one up too. But what's really cool in terms of this and say leave. So I can go in here and now if I want to try to get them to engage further, I can say like Kate Johnson. So I'm gonna switch to my personal so that I can actually take them. Feel like you already have this kind of set up for yourself. And then I ask a open-ended question because it's on my page. Do you agree? Right? And then I could be like, how about Nikki Reed? I can say Nikki. And then there she is. Where do you currently live? In the city or the countryside? I am 100% with you that I would love to be let's say love to so then you see how this is like tagging them and engaging. And I'm not just tagging random people. They actually already told me that they wanted to give me their response, whether it's the countryside or a city. And so I am just getting them to realize that I saw their response and I would like to know more. That's it. And so that's just a way to bring up engagement on my page, right? Without being weird, without like pushing something on them, but get them to engage, right? Because then when I do go and start to build that conversation and eventually find out what they would be good for, if any of my programs or if at all, then I would have built that up via this starting engagement to be able to better serve them, right? And so then we can do the same thing in here and be like, where is that post? Here it is. And so then I could say, so awesome, Michelle, because I see right here that she answered, what are you currently doing to bring in more leads? And what is not working for you right now in your business? And so this is a huge open-ended question, right? It's just bringing in that engagement. And so I could also, if there were a ton of people in here, I could tag them like Laura wants to bring in more moolah. So I could just tag Laura, Sura, because I'm going to do it just for fun. And I could just say, do you have funnels bringing in leads right now? Or are you leads right now that are not converting? And then just do it that way, right? And so then once I start that conversation, once we start this, so if Michelle were to go in here and respond to me right now and be like, hey, this is what I'm doing, X, Y, and Z, this is what's working, this is what's not working, I could go back knowing that I have something to offer her, right? And so like right now, I have a challenge coming up in, what is it, 2 weeks, I think? It's on the 26th that we start it. And so if I felt like with her responses, she wasn't using that untapped potential that I'm going to be teaching in that challenge, I could be like, oh my gosh, I have a challenge coming up that's free that I think you would be a really good fit for. If you're interested in, send me a message. And the reason you do this is because if this is my group, I can send her the link. If this is someone else's group, you don't want to put the links in that group because a lot of times the groups don't allow you to, for one, anyway. And two, that's just like being pushy and they see that as your intent to do that. But if you open up that door, you're bringing them into your messenger, and then you can have a more intimate, personal business building relationship with that individual because you can start to find out more things that they may not have wanted to share publicly, right? And so then you would just go in and you would make sure that they are open to it. You don't be pushy again, but you're like, hey, thanks so much for coming over into Messenger. I just really wanted to get you this information in case you were interested. Is that something you're still interested in? And I always like to ask them again just to make sure. And then I know for sure if they answer again, like, yes, they want that information, right? And then I've built that relationship. I can get them to where I want them to start in my funnel, or offer them something that I know is going to provide them true value and help them with what we were just discussing. Like, I'm not going to, if someone says other and they say no, like, I'm rocking my business and I'm bringing in tons of leads and sales and I'm comfortable where I'm at, I don't think I could scale anymore. I'm not going to be like, hey, I have this free challenge coming up. Go ahead and join. Like, that's just dumb and retarded. And so not only is this market research and engagement, but it's also a way to build actual loving relationships instead of weird relationships, right? So if you want to get the show notes, go ahead and follow the prompt and give me a rock star. And then for those of you who have not already signed up, I do have that upcoming challenge starting soon. So go ahead and do me a favor and type in challenge. I don't have a cute little prompt for it. Let me see if I can get one, because it is going to be starting soon and I don't want you to miss out. We are going to, it's going to be for 5 days, and we are going to go over a ton of different things on how to literally bring in more leads that actually will convert into sales and help set you up as an industry leader. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead and follow that prompt below. Otherwise, I am super, super thankful for you guys hanging out here with me today in my office for today's tech tutorials on how to create a poll on Facebook creatively and strategically, and what to do when they respond to you on that poll to continue that conversation. So if you guys, as always, have any questions, let me know. I would love to help you out further. Otherwise, have a blessed day.